Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here and welcome back to our newest Pokemon Scyther Wi-Fi. Today we got ourselves a match against a Garra, my friend here from Twitter. I used to battle Garra, you know, every now and again, and he's a really good battler, so this should be a treat right here. Hope you guys will enjoy it. Also, a question of the day I wanna ask. Basically, I used to do this. I may as well ask, what is the thing you hate about things in games that you just don't generally like? I will leave my answer at the end of this video, but with that being said, let's go right into it. I'm a Scarf Scyther, he will switch out. He doesn't run risk too much, a really good move on his behalf by switch out Emboar. Basically, it's weak to flying. If I would decide to go for the flying type, Emboar would have been done for. So, great move on his behalf, without a doubt, worth mentioning. And switching out back to his Fluffy, his Wigglytuff, his cheerleader looking thingy, as I will switch out, of course, expecting the Sleep Powder. Emboar, you know, Cofagrigus can kind of wall Emboar to a certain extent, at least take some damage, and then Pain Split if anything comes down to become a little bit more difficult than it should be, but it's fine. So, Sato comes in. Little does he know that this is a Scarf Sleep Talk set, ladies and gentlemen. Sleep Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing dangerous. As unfortunately I got the third turn, the third move slot move, which is Brick Break. If I would have only got like a U-turn, which I believe I have, which I already displayed, and also Aero Ace, this could have been a whole lot of difference. He is also running a double status Jigglypuff. I always got those two confused for some reason regarding their names. Jumpluff. Is that that kind of reminds me back in the 4th generation, double status Jumpluff was a thing in the lower tier. So seeing this nowadays, definitely, you know, a refreshing experience. So he's gonna go into his Manibus pre-evolution, which name I completely forgot. Basically, I face it barely. Well, actually, I don't really face it, so that's why I don't really. Yeah, he misses the Toxic, I miss the Toxic, so that was definitely a good exchange. While my Toxic miss was probably a little bit more, just because this is an offensive pressure, while my Camerupt is there just to really take moves, and that's about it. You know, it doesn't really have too much recovery outside of leftovers, but outside of that, I could say that my Toxic was a little bit more than his was. So, +2, Feraligatr is incredibly strong. This is insane. It just straight two-shots me. I was actually quite surprised how well it took that Shadow Ball from me, especially with considering that you add 2 life for damages. I'm actually expecting him to be a little bit invested into HP because of that reason. So I switch out to Slaking. I know that I can speed. He's gonna need to go for the Aqua Jet in order to take me out. This is not a Slaking, this is a Zoroark. Luckily he didn't go for the Aqua Jet. You know, Sword Dance Aqua Jet would probably destroy the Zoroark. I'm gonna go for U-turn, which animation is actually kind of sweet. You just don't see Slaking, you know, flying around, especially like U-turning like that. That's pretty insane. But Jigglypuff, I did taunt it on the switch, which means it cannot go for the Wish. I know these things tend to run Wish Protect and Toxic, if not anything else. Basically, now that they're part Fairy, or aren't they like Pure Fairy? I believe they're Pure Fairy, right? Their usage definitely gone up a bit. I basically never faced Jigglypuff before, so facing it at least one time definitely shows that the usage must have gone up, or else this would definitely not be in the situation that we would come into it. So I'm gonna go for the Lava Plume. It's a 30% chance to burn, and that means that I can, you know, stall him out. Also, in case he, you know, stays in as a Death Fire at this point, burn is gonna take him out. If lefties aren't enough to save him today, I will decide to switch out to any man, the man above all other men. And honestly, the reason I'm doing this is because I have Lum on this, and I can get rid of Sleep Powder if that is the move that he would have decided to go for. I also have Shadow Sneak if the Pokemon would have survived with added damage of burn. So, of course, the T-Wave is another status move that I can get rid of it with the help of Lumberry. So, Psycho Cut, he's gonna decide to just play it offensive this time around. He's not gonna go for the T-Wave, I guess, expect me to switch out. But then again, my team doesn't really appreciate taking T-Wave. You know, basically, like, Camerupt could take it, but honestly, you know, I would rather just stay in here, get some damage, so this Pokemon is not gonna be a pain in the ass later on. With Wish Protect going on, it can definitely, you know, support some teammates, some fallen teammates. So I'm thinking he's gonna stay in right now, but he will have to, like, get at least 2 more Protects going to survive my Psycho Cut. Yet I still playing it safe. He does, of course, switches out to his Skull Pants. And Skull Pants goes for the Defog. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do this, either Defog or go for the Roost, but I was thinking he's gonna Defog, trying to get rid of the Stealth Rocks first, because, you know, you always want to get rid of those entry hazards, just in case, especially if you have the chance. So I'm gonna switch out to Camerupt, and Camerupt is a good switch. I have Toxic on this. I can at least force it out. I can stall it. Foul play is the best thing you can do to keep Toxic, but it's fine. I can handle that. I'm gonna go for the Lava Plume now. Expect maybe Feraligatr, you know, maybe that's a fame, but he's probably not gonna risk that because there's a burn chance, as well as he's probably not gonna try to get the Toxic in the switch outside of, you know, a safe switch like this, avoiding such an act and then take me out. Also, the crit probably did matter, knowing that that was probably a Wish Protect, Toxic Stall, Wigglytuff, or Wish Protect, Dazzling, two offensive moves. Then without a doubt that crit probably did matter. You know, SC was probably invested into bulk of some sort. So I took him out. I mean, yeah, I took him out. Then he took me out in one shot. I couldn't risk switching out at all. He could have possibly even go for the, you know, for the Sword Dance or something like that. So I decided to go for the, yeah, decide to, of course, review the Night Days. After that, I go for the Taunt as he switches out into Emboar. That is the move that I was not expecting. You know, the switch he definitely pulled out quite nicely there because we was expecting the taunt. What I should have definitely done, and what was a little bit more expected from me, is for me to U-turn. After going for the taunt against the Skull Pants, it was kind of obvious that he couldn't really do much outside of foul play. That's not going to do much against Zoroark, which lacks attack, especially mine. So that was definitely a good move on his behalf, avoiding such act, taking me out, but that allows me to my Scyther to, you know, switch in the hero of time, the Link, take him out. Luckily managed to two-shot him, and here is the turns that are quite important. The thing is, I have to preserve one more Pokemon, because if I lock myself into the wrong move, I may lose this. His Alakazam may be Magic Art, he could run Life Orb, he can either run Focus Sash, and I don't want to be risking Focus Sash situation, so I have to switch out. I don't risk too much. He could either even be Mega Alakazam, which again, Air Ace is probably gonna fail one shot in it. But if I switch out, then I can switch in. I can go for that Shadow Sneak with Gallade, taking anything from him, breaking his potential Sash, and after that, of course, switching back to Scyther and go for that late game, ladies and gentlemen. Late game Scyther, Sleep Talk, Air Ace, U-turn, Break, Choice Scarf, Nature. Let's go. Alakazam being taken down. Scyther, you know, doing some work. Definitely a fresh experience. Basically, it's like it's been a while when I last used Scyther, like for real. This is like my second time using it next while, so it's definitely a fresh experience. I want to use that Evilite. I want to use the Fury Cutter with Technician once, you know, I don't know. We're gonna see how useful that is. But Air Ace took down the Feraligatr, revealing the string that Scyther truly possess, and that will be the game. That came down to be incredibly close. It really all came down to me preserving the right Pokemon for the right situations. You know, looking at this team, it was all Scyther basically. All else didn't matter. The thing that mattered is to preserve at least one more Pokemon, so I didn't lock myself into the wrong move. You know, or at least, you know, because if I would lock myself into U-turn, then, you know, the thing is that all else would probably survive and I would have been taken down. I was up for that. I was in there to get one shots, and that was what Scyther did, and he did perfectly. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Also, the question I've asked at the beginning, my answer to that is I hate, you know, well, not hate, but I don't really enjoy or like basically like tutorials that are really long in games that are really simple to get a hold of and to learn. You know, I know games that basically like half of the game is a big ass tutorial and they talk, and you cannot even skip that. They're like teaching you how to jump. Like, please no. Like, what is this? The beginning of the gaming? Yeah, there are newcomers, I understand, but still, teaching you how to jump. Like, you playing Super Mario? Was there a tutorial in the game teaching you how to jump? No. You just had your controller, you learn as you go. It's like nowadays, games just hold our hands way too much. That's how I feel about it. And tutorials like that just, you know, aren't really my take. But that's me. Let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear your feedback on it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Give a like if you enjoyed, as always. And, you know, stay well. Peace out, guys.